Welcome to Olympiad Math series for Year 3 students. In this video, we learn simple reasoning. When performing simple reasoning, carefully analyze the given conditions. We'll also learn to master the method of reasoning using the assumption approach. Here is an example for reasoning: Emma is taller than Liam, and Liam is taller than Mia. From this, we can deduce that Emma is certainly taller than Mia. This type of reasoning does not require, or rarely requires, calculations. Instead, it focuses on analyzing and interpreting the given conditions in the problem to draw correct and logical conclusions. Let's look at example 1. Emma, Leo, and Mia are wearing sun hats for a picnic. The hats come in 3 colors: red, yellow, and blue. It is known that Emma did not wear a yellow hat. Leo wore neither a yellow hat nor a blue hat. Can you determine which color hat each person is wearing? From the given conditions, the statement Leo wore neither a yellow hat nor a blue hat is a key clue. Since there are only 3 hat colors, red, yellow, and blue are ruled out for Leo, he must be wearing the red hat. Next, based on the condition Emma did not wear a yellow hat, we can deduce that Emma must be wearing the blue hat. Finally, that leaves Mia to wear the yellow hat. Let's look at example 2. A square is equal to the sum of 6 circles, and a square multiplied by a circle equals 54. What are the values of the square and the circle? The equation of the sum of 6 circles implies that a square is 6 times a circle. We are also given that a square multiplied by a circle equals 54, which means the product of 6, a circle, and a circle equals 54. After simplifying the equation, we find a circle equals 3. Then substituting this value back, we'll get a square is 18. This problem emphasizes the importance of correct reasoning. By systematically replacing the symbols with their numeric values based on the conditions provided, we can easily determine the values they represent. Let's look at example 3. Kai, Noah, and Lucas are among 3 students, one of whom watched the sci-fi movie Harry Potter. When the teacher asked who watched the movie, their responses were: Kai, Noah watched it. Noah, I didn't watch it. Lucas, I didn't watch it. It is known that among the 3, 2 statements are false, and 1 is true. Can you determine who watched the movie? Let us analyze the problem using assumptions. Assume Kai watched the movie. If Kai's statement, Noah watched it, is false, then Noah and Lucas must both be truthful. However, this contradicts the condition that 2 statements are false and only 1 is true. Therefore, Kai did not watch the movie. Assume Noah watched the movie. If Noah's statement, I didn't watch it, is false, then Kai and Lucas must both be truthful. This also contradicts the condition, as it results in 2 truths instead of just 1. Therefore, Noah did not watch the movie. Assume Lucas watched the movie. If Lucas's statement, I didn't watch it, is false, then Kai's statement, Noah watched it, and Noah's statement, I didn't watch it, must both be false. This aligns with the condition that 2 statements are false, and 1 is true. Therefore, Lucas watched the movie. The assumption method is a strong approach for reasoning. By testing each possibility and identifying contradictions, we can eliminate false assumptions and deduce the correct conclusion. Let's look at example 4. A cube has its 6 faces labeled with the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. From 3 different perspectives, as shown in the diagram above, determine which number is on the face opposite each labeled face. When it's difficult to directly identify the number on the face opposite a given number, we can approach it by eliminating the possibilities of numbers that cannot be opposite. By systematically excluding options, we can determine the correct pairings. From views 1 and 2, the numbers 1, 2, 5, and 6 are adjacent to 4, meaning they cannot be opposite to 4. Thus, the number opposite to 4 must be 3. From views 1 and 3, the numbers 1, 3, 4, and 5 are adjacent to 2, meaning they cannot be opposite to 2. Thus, the number opposite to 2 must be 6. From views 2 and 3, the numbers 2, 3, 4, and 6 are adjacent to 1, meaning they cannot be opposite to 1. Thus, the number opposite to 1 must be 5. Reasoning is a complex process. To solve problems like this, fully utilize the given conditions. Start by testing your assumptions against each condition. If contradictions arise, adjust your thinking and continue eliminating options until reaching a correct judgment. Let's look at example 5. After a math competition, Ming, Hua, and Chang each received a medal, 1 gold, 1 silver, and 1 bronze. The teacher made the following guesses. Ming won the gold medal. Hua did not win the gold medal. Chang did not win the bronze medal. It is known that only one of the teacher's guesses is correct. Determine who won the gold, silver, and bronze medals. We solve this problem using the method of assumption by evaluating each guess. Assume Ming won the gold medal is correct. If this is true, then Hua did not win the gold medal would also be correct, which violates the condition that only one guess is correct. Therefore, Ming did not win the gold medal. Assume Hua did not win the gold medal is correct. If this is true, then Ming won the gold medal would be incorrect, meaning Ming did not win the gold medal. Furthermore, Chang did not win the bronze medal would also be incorrect, meaning Chang must have won the bronze medal. However, if Chang has the bronze medal and Ming does not have the gold, there would be no one left to win the gold medal. Thus, this assumption is also incorrect. Assume Chang did not win the bronze medal is correct. If this is true, then Hua must have won the gold medal. Since Hua has the gold, Ming must have the bronze medal, leaving Chang with the silver medal. This setup satisfies the condition that only one of the teacher's guesses is correct. By using the method of assumption, we systematically test each possibility until we find the one that satisfies all conditions. This logical approach ensures accuracy in reasoning. Let's look at example 6. There are 3 boxes, and one of them contains a gift, while the other 2 are empty. Each box has a statement written on it. Box A, the gift is not in this box. Box B, the gift is not in this box. Box C, the gift is in box A. It is known that only one of these statements is true. Where is the gift? Since only one statement is true, it means that 2 statements must be false. If we assume that both A and B are false, their statements contradict each other, which means C's statement cannot be true either. If B's statement is true, then A's statement would be false, meaning the gift should be in box A. However, this would also make C's statement true, contradicting the condition that only one statement is true, so this assumption is also wrong. Finally, only A's statement can be true, which clearly indicates that the gift is in box B. When using the method of assumption to reason, we can sometimes approach it from another angle. Since only one person is telling the truth, we can start from the false statements to conduct the reasoning. It's not difficult to see that this is also an effective method. Here are the practice problems for today. Thank you for watching and hope you enjoy your math today.